Gonna change the world with my hockey stick. Gonna make a real difference. Feed the poor and heal.
Number 3, Puck Daddy Show.
Number 3, third,
three,
three,
the third.
third, the third Puck Daddy show.
How are you supposed to word it? All right. We're going to do sty, no sty, or Puck Daddy. You guys know how it works. If it's cool, it's sty. If it's not cool, no sty. And if it's the coolest thing you could do, it's a Puck Daddy.
Sty, no sty, Puck Daddy. Let's
Yeah.
go, baby.
All right. Number 1, knocking on the door, never ringing the doorbell.
Oh, that's Puck Daddy.
Like, even if there's a doorbell, you never ring
Yeah,
the
you don't
doorbell.
ring the doorbell.
You always knock.
I got a power knock. It's a power knock, bro. Back in the day.
The triple knock like this,
Yeah, exactly.
that's the power knock.
Yeah, it's a power knock. I
Yeah.
like. Let's bring back knocking on doors. Let's bring back
Yeah.
going up and
None of these ring
texting
doorbell
on here.
cams.
no texting in the driveway.
I swear,
here.
when kids are older, they're not even going to knock on the door or ring a doorbell. They're going to stand there and be like, "Hello," because they
Bro.
all have door cams. You
That's
know?
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was a knock and come
Yeah.
in hot.
Yeah, for sure. That's sty for me.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't think it's Puck Daddy because it's just like
It's
that's just
sty.
normal to me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
die. It's die.
Yeah. All right. Number 2 on the list here, I got jiggling the gas hose before taking out of the car.
Sty.
You know, you give it the little shake,
yeah,
shake,
yeah.
shake.
That might be Puck Daddy. Like that's like style. That's a power.
So is that a thing that
that's
only
like veteran.
do you know any? Have you seen any women do that? Like
I don't know.
they just take
I
it
don't
out.
really watch people pump their gas. That
I know.
often,
Yeah,
so
sure. I
wouldn't
don't really
know.
pay attention, but
Maybe
I feel like it's a guy thing. You know,
it
it's
might
like
be a guy thing. I
it's
know
like you
it's
don't want to drip
definitely-
any.
It's definitely something I do. It's definitely something I do, and
Yeah.
it is. You know, if you're filling up a tank on the way to a hockey game,
Yeah,
the dads know about that.
You know when, like, if you're sitting in the car and you're a kid, you're getting gas. You know when he's done because you're the.
I think my mom does a little chick too. I think
Yeah?
my mom's
All right, I'm on the board. I'm on the board there saying that's sty.
that's
as well.
sty.
Yeah,
That's sty for sure.
yeah, for sure. That's
You don't want
sty.
to lose any. I mean, you just spent $100 to fill your tank. You want to get every inch, every
Yeah.
drop of that gas in that tank for sure.
Talking about getting every drop, this is the follow-up question to that. Sty or no sty or Puck Daddy, putting the extra, we'll say 16 cents of gas in to make it an even number, like an even 0-0. You know, like say it rounds up
I
at
like that.
79.82. You got to get it to 70 or got to get it to 80 flat, you know?
Is that it? Is that just like what's it called? What's the word?
OCD.
OCD?
For me, I always try to, but then it's high risk, high reward because
Yeah.
some of the pumps, like if you can try to finesse it, but it's like
And it
you
goes up, like-
squeeze, and then and it goes like all at once.
Yeah.
And if you're within like less than 3 cents, it's hard because sometimes it could go over and you end up
Yes.
with like 79.01,
Yes.
and then that's just a piss off.
That's a
Then
piss
you
off.
can't get all the way. You can't get
I, say,
99
I
cents
could
more.
say no sty on that.
No
I
sty.
think I'm just like whenever it clicks, I'm good.
That's what you do,
I just go till she's full.
right? I always try to round it out,
Okay.
and it's like a challenge.
Okay. It's sty. I could be
Like for me it's sty because if you get it, it's like, yeah, look at that.
yeah.
And if
it's
you
sty,
can
it's
and if
sty.
you can do to further up Puck Daddy for me is if you're going full speed and you hear the gas start to come up, like you know when you can hear it coming up the getting closer to full,
yeah.
then you keep going full speed and stop it right on
That's
on the
sty.
round.
That's Puck.
That's
Daddy.
Puck Daddy right there.
I like that.
And if you can nail it first try. I used to do that when I pumped gas at the marina.
Okay.
You try to get it.
So you're experienced.
Yeah, I've practiced it. Yeah,
I like
I'm a
that.
veteran. Yeah.
He's a veteran at the
Yeah.
gas pump.
All right, moving it into hockey territory
Let's
here.
go.
All right, we got the novelty tapes like flame tape, skull tape, rainbow tape. Sty
Yeah.
or no sty?
No sty.
No sty?
Zero sty. I've never, ever in my life did anything but black or white tape.
Mm.
That for me, that's like bush league. Like if
Interesting,
you're
because
gonna-
I have flame tape on my stick
Oh,
right now.
bush league. No, none of that. Absolutely not. Well, I wasn't allowed at AAA. You're not allowed. You know what I mean? At AAA, it's a little bit
Frowned
more-
upon?
It's frowned upon.
Might be an unwritten
mean,
rule.
I mean, yeah, yes.
Yeah?
It's an it's an unwritten rule for sure. Like you can't put any like, nah, that's so dust. In my opinion, that's the most dust thing ever. Like putting like,
See, for me, I think it
I mean,
depends
it's
on the
kinda-
player.
it depends. It literally.
If I'm
depends.
lighting up, getting a hat trick every game, and I got flame tape, then what? Who's to complain?
Yeah, like maybe I'm being a little bit old school, but like, come on, man. It's super dust. Like,
All
if you're a
right.
sniper, you don't need it. But like at the same time, yeah, nah.
You're still going no sty?
It's no sty, bro.
All right.
It's got.
I'm going. I'm on the fence. I'm going.
Maybe
sty.
a little loop. Maybe a little loop. Like you can't like tape your stick, like your blade with that tape. Like maybe like a little loop right below your handle.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Just like as a side.
Yeah, as a
piece.
little like to make it a little bit,
Interesting.
but like not like you can't use it, bro.
Right.
That's dust. If you're using it on the blade or even on the knob, it's super dust. Unless it's got to be a little accent.
Right.
It's an accent. You cannot like if you want to use the tape, it's a little accent on the stick. It's not taken away from the knob and the blade. Like you can put a little loop around the stick, make it yours.
I think if I
Put some spray paint on it.
I'm more
like
of a
Billy
traditional.
Styles.
I prefer the like black tape. Black tape is my go-to.
Yeah, that's what I use.
My girlfriend, she gets me the flame tape and the skull tape and stuff, and I think it's fun.
It's fun,
yeah.
especially.
All right, on the tape
No
train
sty.
here. On the tape train, sty or no sty, using like blade tape to tape up your socks instead of like the clear.
No sty.
Like if you're in a pinch,
If you're in a pinch for sure.
I've seen guys do it, but it still looks bad, and it
I mean,
kind of
it's-
bunches up and rolls up
Kind of
weird.
sty. Like it kind of it doesn't look too bad, but like, nah, bro.
What about okay? So this
need
is
clear,
this
you
is
need
a follow up
clear.
one. I just thought of it too. You got clear, but instead of doing one loop and then another loop, you do the diagonal down. You know, like so you do one loop up top, go diagonal down, another loop.
That's sty.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, I like.
And I stopped taping my shin pads about 15 years ago.
You don't tape your shin pads?
No.
That's
Is that sty or no sty?
no sty. I don't know how anyone cannot use shin pad tape. Like I need my shin pads suction cup to my leg because it's just like it's attached to your body now.
Right.
It's too loose. I literally no, I can't do that.
Interesting.
I need shin pad tape. Like I need that thing glued to my leg.
Yeah,
Maybe that's just me.
I haven't taped my shin guards since I
That's
got new shin pads
crazy.
when
That's
I was like
crazy to me.
16.
Mine, well, I
the
guess
Velcro
mine
actually
were always
works.
so old. The Velcro never. Yeah, it was like
Mine still works like 15 years
yeah,
later.
Mine. I needed to tape it.
Yeah.
As a defenseman, I didn't want those things moving anywhere. I needed if I was gonna block a shot, even though I don't block shots. But
Right. All right, we're going into the pregame routine territory here. Sty, no sty, or puck daddy. Headphones in the dressing room before the game.
I went through a phase where I did
Like you don't want to talk to anyone. You got headphones on. You're
I feel like
listening
there's
to
a phase. I feel like you go through phases. I was the aux guy,
music.
so I found it disrespectful if the guys threw on like their Beats by Dre's. Back in the day, it was the Beats by Dre.
Yeah,
Everyone-
that was the
Everyone
go-to.
got their brand new Beats by Dre's and then isolated themselves from everyone else. Like I think there's a moment for it,
Right,
but like when the boys are putting on bangers, like I was the aux guy.
right.
I needed that aux. I was
It's
throwing
team camaraderie.
I was throwing on the Taiga, and then there was a couple of guys that would throw their Beats by. Those weren't the beauties. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. There's guys that, but we also had a little bit of a click. It was a little clicky. It was
Right.
like we got to have the aux. We played whatever we wanted. We never took any requests.
No requests.
And it was like I get it, but like yeah, there was almost like low key some beef in the locker room because of the aux, and like
Little politics.
I was like me and my buddies always had the aux. We were playing like Taiga.
Right.
We playing like some just heavy like, bro.
What about a men's league?
Colt 45? You know, it was just hilarious. In men's league, yeah, no, you cannot have headphones on.
You're there to socialize
There to
more so than
socialize,
even like
yeah.
playing. And it's
Low key, we don't even
sometimes-
have music in our men's league
Yeah,
locker
no.
room, so it's just
The odd time we do. When Brad shows up, he's a beauty. He
yeah,
brings the speaker.
Yeah, he brings the speaker.
But yeah, it's for me, it's no style if you have headphones on because you're there to like. I would rather you
just
sit in
remove yourself
silence.
from the room. I don't
Yeah.
even like headphones at the gym.
No,
I'm like a
dude, I need headphones
it's
at the
so
gym.
weird, bro. We've gotten to a point in society where everyone's like glued into their like you cannot even like when you're working out beside someone like you just entered their vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
You acknowledge somebody that's like, oh, I'm just sneaking by you here.
Right.
Like now it's gotten to this point where it's weird where you can't even look at them. If you look at their eyes, they like look away, and it's like this weird thing.
Mm. See, when I'm at the gym, I have my like I have AirPods.
Yeah, so,
So they're
yeah,
not-
you're locked in. You're
No,
that-
they don't isolate me though because I can hear. And like, but I
Well,
have
they could put those noise cancels. You can't hear a thing.
yeah, no, but
like-
mine are like the old school
Got
ones,
your
right? Mine are like the
Everyone's like that. Everyone's like this, and
just staring around, not wanting to make eye
they're
contact.
plugged in.
No, mine are the ones you know, like the wired ones. The wired Apple headphones.
Yeah, I got the wires too. I'm a wire guy.
I have those, but I have their AirPods. They're wireless, but they're the same
Yeah.
one. They don't block the sound. The external
Yeah, I think it
sounds.
depends. Like I don't like it because I think we've gotten so antisocial where it's like if I'm sneaking by you, let me just sneak by you. You can't even say it. It's just gotten weird, bro.
Right.
It's like you can't even like
I think
look
there's a
at
happy
people.
medium. Like I listen to podcasts when I'm in the
Yeah,
gym.
oh for sure. Like
And
I listen to
I can
music.
hear people if they talk to me, and I will acknowledge other
But
people around the
sometimes you get
gym. But
yeah, you get more energy
Mhm.
when I don't have my earphones in like and I just buzz around and I'm like
Right.
saying how's it going? Like I get that kind of room energy.
Mhm.
It's a little bit more present. I
I
find
love my gym. All the old people love chatting.
yeah, I love chatting. I go there. I don't even go there to work out. I go there to just,
Yeah.
make a friend.
All right. Well, talking about no music,
Okay.
sty or no sty, silence in the car. No music, no radio. You just got nothing on.
Depends. Like we had that just on this road trip. I'm like veteran experience with this topic right now. Like
you got 10 hours,
my buddy's a
20
big,
hours experience.
my buddy's a big podcast guy.
Yeah.
It's just dope. Like you put your own podcast on, but it's a 3-hour podcast and you're making us listen to your whole like the podcast you put on.
Right.
And now it's like, well, I want to
Unless it's a Puck Daddy
you just took-
podcast. Who
yeah,
else wants to
exactly.
listen to it?
You just put
Yeah.
your podcast on for 3 hours, and now
Yeah.
I don't get like, I need that aux. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when someone hogs the aux in the car, it's the most annoying thing.
Right.
And then he's putting it. Then so he has, and then he's putting his music on, and I'm a guy that wants aux. You know what I mean? I want to put my stuff on.
Right.
I got bangers too, and it's like there's been no classic rock being played on this New York trip right now. Like I need some classic. I literally said, boys, where's the Eddie Vedder? Where's the Pearl Jam? I need some classic rock.
Give me the aux. Give me the aux.
We've been playing hip hop for the past 3 days.
Give me the Bluetooth.
Yeah, I need some music, my own music that I like.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and sometimes you're just like, bro, turn it off, bro. Like, just turn your podcast off.
Right.
And let's have silence. It depends on how long the road trip is.
So for a full
I rock music though.
for a full road trip, I think you go through cycles.
Yes.
Right? Like there's times where you just want to hear the sound of the road and you just silence. No one's talking, you're kind of just zoned out. And then there's times where you want to be rocking, get the energy up. But like for myself, if I'm alone in the car, it's either silence
Yep.
or like music just at a moderate level, enjoying it. Like,
Yeah.
but for the most part, I think silence in the car, sty.
I enjoy that.
You get to be alone with your
thoughts, clear your mind.
And even if you are with someone, just the ability to be silent around people that are close to you, like whether or not it's a significant
Yeah.
other or family or friends, just being in the presence of each other silent without needing to say anything shows a lot about like people's
your
like,
relationship.
Yeah, your
and
ability
you're
to be comfortable
yeah.
and just know that each other's there and you don't need to say anything.
That's
There's no
beautiful.
awkwardness.
When
Yeah.
people understand the assignment of like, I don't want to
Yes.
talk. Don't feel the need to fill the void here and talk because I'm
Yeah.
chilling with the silence. Like,
Right.
that's hilarious though.
All right. I got a lot to do with music here. Holy.
I
So
love,
follow-
I love music.
Following that up, complete opposite. You're pulling up to the parking lot, probably at the hockey rink, with the music blasting. You know the pull up, music's blasting. You turn the car off, open the door. You don't even turn it down before you exit the vehicle. You know, you got the rock blasting or the
I
hip
love
hop.
that. I love that.
Is that sty or no sty?
Sty.
The music blasting.
I came in hard. Yeah, you come in hard with the tunes.
You're like,
cranking.
I'm here.
I'm
Everyone
here.
look at
That-
me.
So every day in high school, my buddy Ben and I would come in to the school parking lot, just
Yeah.
blasting windows down. I heard like music's a love language, like sharing your music.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, it is.
I share my music every day on my like Instagram stories. Like
Right.
I love sharing what I listen to, and I think
Right.
it's because I want other people to hear this. If I love this, I'm like
Music for me is the most. It resonates with me the most in terms of the art forms.
yes,
Like I love all different kinds of music, and like if it sounds good to me, I don't care what genre it is, you know.
same.
And like I can get a good feel for a beat or for the melody or the rhythm or the like even stuff that doesn't even have instruments, you know, like the a cappella type
Yeah.
stuff. Like there's all kinds. I'm going to like tomorrow I'm going down to Toronto for, I was telling you how much I love Hans Zimmer.
Yeah,
They're doing a candlelight performance of like all of Hans Zimmer's most popular
No way.
scores and music from different movies and
That's
stuff. So
sick.
Shannon and I are going to that, which I'm pumped for. It
that'll
should
be
pretty
fun.
cool.
It's always good to get out.
Yeah, exactly. So I love music, but yeah, pulling up to the parking lot with the music blasting, I think that it depends on the setting. But if it's going to anything sports related, anything like kind of around your peers, it's sty.
Yeah, oh, it's sty. Oh,
Yeah.
I even sometimes we were talking about like silence or whatever. I throw on beats and I'll freestyle. I'll make songs.
Right.
I think that time alone in the car. I love being creative. So like I literally the other day I remember I came in, I was like, bro, I just wrote a song. And I was
Right.
like, I just wrote a banger.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in the car, you throw a beat on and freestyle. I'm a huge proponent to creating all the time. So that's kind
Love
of
it.
too. Yeah.
All right, we were talking about the gym earlier.
Let's go.
Ego lifting. Going for a weight you can't do proper form, but it's just to be heavier than the guy next to you.
I do it.
You do
Well,
the ego lifting?
I ego lift sometimes for sure. Like not as much anymore because I haven't been in the gym. But like when I'm in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
I'll ego lift.
Yeah?
I think it's
At least you admit it.
it's sty sometimes. Like yeah, if someone well, especially if like you see some other guy you're benching like
Right.
only on the bench. I only ego lift on the bench.
On
'cause
your
that's,
favorite
that's,
lift.
That's my yeah. Ego
Yeah.
lifting on your favorite lift is no
Right.
problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like this guy, I remember this guy came in, and he was like, I was just like chilling with like one plate on or whatever. I'm repping this thing. I could throw up for 20 reps.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? Like I could ragdoll this thing.
RPE
And then
5.
this guy comes in, throws like a plate and throws like a 10 on,
Mm-hmm.
but like he's struggling
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get 5 with it. And I'm like, you just threw that on because you wanted to have more. So then I threw it on and just ragdolled it and like went for about 10 reps on it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was So sometimes I ego lift.
Sometimes it's style.
Just to show this guy like,
Right.
get out of here, buddy. Like I can ragdoll this bench
See, for
press.
me, it's only sty if you can do good form. Like, cause
Yeah,
but
yeah.
For me,
I don't. Yeah,
sometimes it'll challenge you. Like you're like, oh, look at like that guy's doing this. I'm gonna see if I can do that.
yeah,
You know, and like
yeah.
it kind of pushes you. But for me, after being in the gym, like I've been working out for like 6 years now, maybe even more.
Yeah.
And now it's like game recognizes game. Like if I see someone and they're doing good form
Yes.
and they don't care about the weight,
Yes.
that's more style.
Yeah,
to
I
me
don't
than-
I don't care
you-
about the weight.
You know, like I see someone who's put in the time and understands that proper form and like getting the stretch on the muscle, like all this stuff.
Yeah,
Like
it's,
and
my,
there's
my
different
form's
ways.
immaculate on the bench.
There's different people. Like different people go to the gym for different reasons, right? Some are trying to get better endurance. And it's like when I first started going to the gym, I would be like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's doing way too many reps for that. You got to do
Yeah.
less. But it's like no, it depends on what you're building for. You're building
yeah.
for strength. You're building for endurance. You're building for muscle mass, which is what I do,
Yes.
right? Like
yes.
I'm doing hypertrophy training.
Yeah.
And like if I see someone that's obviously trying to do the same thing as me, then I'm like, yeah, they looks like they know what they're doing, you know.
Yeah.
But ego lifting depends.
It depends. Like I'm like I don't like. I like it because it's like I think people are surprised by
Right.
how much I can bench.
Ah,
So it's like I don't look like the biggest guy. Like
Right.
my arms are pretty like long and like,
mm-hmm.
but like I can bench a lot. Like,
Right.
I have a big bench, and sometimes I like to just. All right, this guy's coming over thinking he's a big boy, but buddy, I can ragdoll the same amount of weight. So yeah,
it.
a little bit of maybe it's a short syndrome.
Right.
Yeah, you throw a little bit more weight on just to no, I could do that too.
I
can do that
feel
too.
that for sure.
But
Yeah.
I do need to get back.
For me, ego lifting is no thigh unless you can do it with good form.
Yes,
Yeah. Um,
which I do.
I forgot I wrote this one. All right, sty, no sty, or puck daddy, a pre-gamer in the dressing room, just dropping one
Fuck
in the
daddy, bro. That to be able to pregame
in the dressing room, dude.
that means you're a beauty. To be able to pregame with all the boys laughing at you and like my buddy would always do it before the game, bro. Battle, we call it battle.
Well, yeah, but you do that in the lobby.
Yeah, but to pregame in the dressing room with
Yeah.
all the boys under pressure, laughing at you, throwing stuff over the thing.
Yeah, squirting water
That's
over the
fuck daddy, because you're a beauty.
because you don't care.
You don't care. You're making the whole team laugh. It's like
I love that.
yeah,
That's
it's
great,
fuck
yeah.
daddy, bro.
When I was a
That's
kid,
a tough-
no chance.
Under
man.
pressure to
I was
deliver.
I was a private pooper.
I didn't like pooping anywhere but my house.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little more free. Like if I have
Yeah.
to go, I gotta go.
All right. Another hockey one. We kind of touched on it with the tape, but this one's a bit different. Mismatching socks.
Sty. I am always doing that. I love that.
Or like socks that don't match the jersey.
I do that every game.
Yeah?
Every game in men's league now, I'm like doing like a green and
I like to rock
because
like
I've lost
black.
the other one.
I rock black socks sometimes, and it looks like I'm wearing the freaking Cooperalls, you know, because it goes from the pants.
Hey,
I like it, and I got white skates sometimes too.
Yeah,
My graphs,
Sty. It's
black and white. Yeah, I like
100% sty.
sty. All right, last one here. skating into the other team's end during warm-ups to retrieve a puck. Like a puck went into the other end. You going to get it?
It's no sty.
No style. You're just leaving it.
It's just like, man.
It's
like,
your team's puck though.
I know. It's just like you just look like you're just out of place. You're
Right.
like, oh gosh.
I always think it's no style.
I would go get it. I'm not scared to do it, but it's just like, oh no.
But like if it goes too far over,
you
it's
just
like
look lost.
it's gone.
You're like everyone's like, yeah.
There's a point of no return. It's like if you drop something in the water and you want to
just
retrieve
leave
it.
the puck, bro.
If it's going slow enough, you can get it. But once it reaches a certain point, you're like,
leave
it's
the
gone.
puck, bro. It's just go back to your side.
Okay, so follow up.
It is kind of sty if you just go in there and don't care and just like grab it.
It depends on your attitude, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think overall, no style. You
No
just leave
style.
that thing. Like it's a puck.
Yeah, you get it after the game.
I wonder what Jeremy would say. We'll have to ask him on the
Yeah, that'd be
next
funny.
week. Follow up to that though. If you're on that other side, you see one of their pucks come over, and you don't just give it the sauce back. Like you don't put it back.
Oh, you got to put it back.
If you notice it, you put it back.
Yeah, you got to snap one back.
Yeah.
Or if it's just a rival playoff game, nah.
you
it
look
depends.
them down. You're like, I'm gonna keep that.
Yeah. Now you're starting a little bit of beef for the game.
Yeah. All right, that was it for Sty, No Sty, or Puck Daddy. Let us know in the comments what we should do for Sty or Sty.
Yeah, it's
like I come up with all these like each week,
Yeah, you
but
came up with
if
a
you
lot
guys
today.
suggest them in the comments, I look at them. So I'll add yours to the list for next week.
Beautiful.
We're doing most Canadian food.
Most Canadian food.
Yeah, Jeremy's not here, so it's tough for us to come up with
Yes.
this idea. But we did most Canadian drink,
Yes.
I think, in a previous episode. So we're gonna do most Canadian food. Do you have anything that comes to mind?
I have something that comes to mind. Like, there's definitely like the in the box answer where everyone's like gonna say, but I don't even feel like that one's even that Canadian. Like, I don't have it that often.
I think I know which one you're talking about. It's a bit of something to do with some
Rhymes with routine.
French fries and
Yes.
some
So I'm like, is
gravy
that even
and-
like most Canadian? Like, I wouldn't even say like. It's definitely the stereotype.
like if you're thinking of things right off the bat, poutine is definitely on the list, but I don't like poutine, so it's hard for me to put it up.
Like, I might just say like a roast dinner.
Yeah,
Like
like a roast beef.
like a roast beef. I don't know. That's like
Right.
growing up. I guess every Sunday would have like a roast beef dinner with
Right.
potatoes, beans, or like peas,
Mm-hmm.
carrots cooked.
Yeah.
That was for me. That's like what we had. Like Sunday nights, cold winter night, having a roast.
Right.
Yeah, like that's for me. Like
Most Canadian.
yeah,
I guess you're Canadian, and if that's
yeah. That's what I did. But like I could have gone stereotypes, but I think the stereotypes are a little over. Like I feel like a roast dinner is pretty Canadian. Like.
right.
Pretty like we don't have like a crazy palate. Like we don't
Mhm.
use a lot of spices in our foods. We
Yeah.
don't. It's
Like,
like
aside from
it's like
poutine,
mashed
it's-
potatoes and like,
Mm-hmm.
but like poutine, you're only really getting if you go out. You're not making poutine at home. Like I don't know anyone who makes a poutine at home.
Yeah, it's not as common. That's for
No.
sure. Yeah.
Like you could maybe like bacon. I
Mm-hmm.
said bacon, but
Yeah. I'm gonna go off the board here. This food, I've only ever had it I've had it a couple times,
yeah,
and it's not like it's the most tasty thing, but I feel like it's something that there's a lot of places in the world that don't get to enjoy it just in their own country, and you don't have to travel that far to do it. And I'm not even a big supporter of this, like call it a sport, if you will, but venison.
oh yeah,
So like hunting your own deer
yes.
and having meat for like a year in your freezer of deer, like
Yeah.
venison.
My buddy was a hunter. He would have venison sausage.
Yeah, like
bear sausage.
there's
too.
jerky. You can have it as like a steak. You want to cook it well done though. That's the only thing. It can be pretty tough. So like for me, it wasn't the most tasty piece of meat, but it had like if you hunted it in Canada, not like maybe like an hour or two north from where you live, you bring it back
Yeah.
home. You get it, bring it to the butcher. You get it all cut up. Like I'm not
Spiced
huge.
up.
I'm not huge on hunting. I've never shot a gun.
I
know? But-
not either, but I feel like I actually had this conversation yesterday. But I feel like
yeah.
if I'm gonna eat meat, I think I've said this before, but like
Right.
I feel like I almost need to like
Have that experience.
take an animal's life to know
Yeah.
what you're like.
Well, that's
doing
how it
to
was
them.
in the old days. You know,
Yeah.
you'd hunt for your life. You'd take like take
a
its
spir-
life,
it's a very spiritual moment.
then it's
bro.
like you say thank you
Thank
to
you
it.
to the animal, and
yeah.
like I appreciate you
I
for
think that's-
allowing me to live.
That's where like the religion and stuff comes in when you're thanking for the meals and stuff like that.
Yes.
But like that, I think stems from a deeper thing of like just when you're taking from nature, you're grateful for it.
Like yeah,
It's
you're like
life.
thank you for allowing me to live and
Yeah.
survive. Like
Yeah,
it's-
exactly.
I feel like I need to.
Yeah. But anyway, venison for me,
Yeah, venison. That's a great pick.
because it's I just feel like it is a Canadian thing, and it's across Canada too. It's not
Yes.
like
Oh, yeah,
especially
hunting. Well,
like
that's-
out west
That's our nature. That's our background.
where we're from. You can drive like a few hours north, and you got lots of good hunting areas, like in hunting season and all this stuff. And like I was gonna go a similar route with some fish.
Okay.
Like you're fishing in the local,
bass.
like a bass, like
yeah,
like 'cause
bass.
bass
Good,
is
yeah.
not a very popular fish like in saltwater.
Yeah.
Right? So it's very Canadian, especially where we're from with the Great
Fresh
Lakes and
lakes,
stuff, right? Like, but I just had to go with the venison.
That's a great pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
My roast dinner was a little. I still like it. I still like that pick.
Yeah,
Like, it's
good.
very traditional.
Yeah,
Traditional Canadian.
it sees and it can see time
Gravy.
all throughout the
Put
year.
some gravy on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what's great is like a beef stew, like a stew.
Yeah, beef stew.
Yeah.
Stew's Canadian. Like, anything that's like
Hot and warm.
hot and warm
Like
on
some
a
soup.
freezing cold winter day. Like
Yeah.
soup. Yeah.
Yeah,
Soup would be
like any type,
like a
any type of
peas, ham
soup.
and pea soup or something
Yeah,
like that.
anything, man.
Dynamite.
Any type of soup with leftover meat. Or
Yes.
turkey, like turkey soup
Turkey.
after
Yeah, like-
Thanksgiving.
Like bacon
and-
would be the obvious. Bacon, maple syrup, and pancakes. Maybe like
yeah, maple syrup and pancakes is probably pretty typical.
Poutine.
Yeah. Yeah, dang, I can't pancakes. Pancakes.
Pancakes and maple
That's
syrup.
pretty Canadian.
bacon
Like
and
stereotype.
Yeah, like a
That should have been up there with poutine, I think.
Canadian breakfast, like
Yeah.
eggs.
But just you're going
bacon.
food all together
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, that was most Canadian. Jeremy's really the heart and soul of that. I'm learning.
Yes.
He brings the idea and he brings the energy
Yeah,
for the
he does.
Canadian.
Yeah, the most Canadian. Most Canadian.
Most Canadian person in this podcast, definitely Jeremy.
Yes. Yes.
I'd say like
100%.
spirit wise, like he's definitely like his
Yeah.
logo, the How to Hockey, definitely.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jer's
like,
the Canadian.
I'm
for
like
sure.
trying to go move to Florida or something like that. So
Yeah, Chippy wants to surf and
yeah, I want to be tropical.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to flow.
We're skipping Minute Madness.
We're not doing Minute Madness this week.
No.
All right. Well, with that in mind, we've been hyping this up for an hour. We
Yes.
are going to be drafting the most well-known unwritten rules in hockey.
Okay. This is fun.
This is a good one.
This is great.
And we already uncovered one from earlier. So do you want to go first or should I go first?
You go first.
All right. This one is, it's just everyone knows it. If you know hockey, you know it. Don't mess with the other team's goalie. And
Yeah.
if you do, you're asking for it. Like you're
Yes.
like you give that extra poke after the whistle, you better expect like glove in your face, fists
Yes.
flying. Don't mess with
Yes.
the other team's goalie. That's number one overall unwritten rule for me. I guess I should probably type these down because
Yes.
we don't have Jer here writing them.
Yeah, if you touch another person's goalie, that's the number one unwritten rule for sure.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
What's your first overall pick here, or your second overall first?
I'm gonna say unwritten rules in hockey. I'm gonna say don't speak when coach is delivering their speech.
Ooh,
Don't laugh.
right.
Like when coach is delivering a speech before the game, like silence.
That's interesting. You went with one like before the game or off
Yeah,
the ice or in between
yeah,
periods, I guess.
Yeah, like if the refs, if coach is giving a speech,
Respect.
respect. Because
Yeah.
if you are laughing, talking,
That's just a rule and like unwritten rule in general. I
yeah,
think
like if anyone's
it goes across any
yes,
sport.
it does, that goes.
But
across
but
any
to be
sport.
fair, that it is very well known in hockey. So I'll give you
yeah,
that.
coach is dialing you in, like you better pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so pay attention during the speech, like unwritten rule. But
Right. All right. Next up for me, my second pick, unwritten rule in hockey. I'm going with you either get off when the puck is going into the offensive end, or you hustle on the back check. Like you're line changing when your team has the puck, like, or you're getting
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
hustling off if you're not.
Yes,
You know, like if
yes.
you're coming off and the puck's going into the other team's end, you better
That's a
hustle.
great one.
Like
Yeah.
hustle off the like. I guess to keep it simple, it should be like hustle off the
Yeah.
ice.
Well, change.
Change quickly. Like leave the next line in a better position than when you
Yeah.
came off.
Yeah.
you
You
know?
don't want to get
Yeah.
off the ice when it's going back on a 2-on-1 and
Yeah.
you're not back checking. You want to be the one changing.
And the Leafs could learn from this.
Yes.
They got a few like
Yeah, we've had quite a few of those actually.
yeah.
Interesting.
Speaking of lazy line changes, William Nylander is very prone to coasting off the
It's
ice.
Willie Styshow.
Willie
Willie
Styshow.
Styshow. That's what makes him Styshow.
Yeah.
It's because he's the Styshow. You know, don't show too much
Yeah.
emotion. Don't show too much effort. He plays an effortless game.
And you're not biased at all because he definitely didn't just DM you on Instagram.
No, and he definitely didn't just throw a follow my way. Shout out to the Styshow. They're tuned in.
Yeah.
They're tuned in.
You think maybe we'll get him on the pod in the off season?
Yeah, we're gonna get Styshow. We're gonna get Willie Stacks.
Yeah, and then he'll
Willie Stacks. Willie Moneybags.
yeah.
That's hilarious. I can't believe. Yeah, he's tuned in to all those videos. That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, your second pick for most unwritten rules in hockey.
Don't go offside on your teammate.
Ooh.
Like, hold the line.
Right.
Do not go offside on your teammate. That's an unwritten rule. Like,
And if it happens, you better have a good reason.
Yeah,
They had to have made the most nasty move that made it too
yeah,
slow, or the other team had to push you over.
it's the worst.
Yeah.
If your buddy goes offside, don't go offside on a defenseman. That's going like that. That's the unwritten rule.
Yeah.
If your defenseman is finally
Right.
taking it for the rush on, it's the first time all season, and you go offside. Oh my! I used to lose my mind on the forwards. Like I'm breaking in, I barely get to touch the
You're
puck.
trying to be Bobby Orr for one shift and, they
then
mess it
the
up.
forward goes offside on your on a defenseman. It's crazy. That's unwritten rule. Never go offside on a defenseman, man.
Yeah. This one, I feel like I could steal in a later round, but I got to take it now. And you have to know this rule if you're playing any sort of competitive hockey, and I wish that more people knew it in men's league. It's especially when you're winning in the game, like if it's a 1-goal game, a tight game, you better not miss the net and have it rim all the way around to go out of their end. Like, the rim show, you missed the net and it exits the zone. You can't do that.
Can't do that. That's unwritten rule for sure.
Yeah.
Like hit the net, and if you don't hit the net, like make sure it doesn't blast all the way around.
Yeah.
And give them a nice breakout. So like
like it's
2-on-1 on your defenseman.
A chance for your team just ends up in the back of your net half the time if you miss the net.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to word that.
Just don't miss the net.
Yeah.
Late game, miss the net maybe.
We got it. All right. What's your third pick here?
Third pick, unwritten rule. This one is like maybe it's kind of written, but like not really written.
It's not in the rule book.
No mini sticks before a game, a tournament game. No,
like a big game.
No mini sticks in between games.
Right.
No mini sticks in between games at a tournament
Mm.
or pool. No mini sticks or going in the pool.
Right, like at a tournament. In between big games. Like you're taking it seriously.
Yeah, like you're not allowed to like conserve your energy.
Right.
Type. Yeah.
Interesting. Another off ice thing.
Yeah.
Very specific to like kids as well, like minor hockey.
Yeah.
I can't deny though that the coaches that's definitely you're getting on their good side by saying that.
Yeah. Well, I'm a coach myself. I want to respect it. When I got the speech,
Yeah.
eyes up.
Fair enough. All right. This one is it's on the ice, but it's not during the game. It's during warm up. Don't be hitting your goalie in the cage in the helmet in the warm ups.
Yes.
The unwritten rule is you're there to warm up the goalie. You're not trying to pull off fancy moves or rip it off of his helmet.
Cheese on the.
You're trying to warm up the glove, warm up the pads. You can shoot it hard, but your primary goal is to get your goalie ready. You're not putting it off of his cage and rattling him in the friggin' warm ups. So that's my fourth pick.
That's great. There's so many. I feel like I'm just missing some right now.
Oh, of course we're gonna miss some. You got two more though, so you got to round out the lineup real solid here. I'm liking my list so far.
I like your list too.
I only thought of like 2 before this, so I've improvised a couple.
Um,
We haven't even picked the one that we got.
unwritten rule. No, yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Like the tape on your stick.
Oh,
Like no, like you can't use flame tape. This is more of a rep hockey.
right.
Like in minor hockey, if you're playing like A, double A, triple A,
Mm-hmm.
you are not allowed to have like flame tape on your stick. You can't use flame tape on your blade.
No weird tape.
Yeah, like you cannot put that on the like your blade of your stick, like a full.
Yeah.
Like you might be able to have like a little loop,
Mm-hmm.
but like you cannot use it as like your tape on the bottom of your stick.
Right.
Like I got that was an unwritten rule for us. Like we were not allowed to use anything but black or white tape.
Right. All right.
Even on the shin pads, like you can't use that on the shin pads. Like
Mm-hmm.
gotta look professional. That was back in the day. You gotta look professional with your suit and tie on too.
Yeah. True. Oh, yeah. That is another thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My last pick. This one we already talked about at the beginning of the episode. I was surprised that it wasn't taken earlier, and it's something that every hockey player knows, and it's not necessarily like they'll be mad at you, but you just know it. And it's don't skate behind the net when everyone's shooting pucks.
Yes.
So you're going like warm-ups, you do the loop through the corner. You're not going behind the net. If you're in practice, you're not going behind the net. If there's a drill happening, you shuffle out of the way so you're not behind the net. You don't want anyone worrying about hitting you, and you don't want to get hit. It's an unwritten rule. If you haven't played hockey, you haven't been on the ice a lot, you could get
Don't go
killed.
behind the net.
Yeah, don't go behind the net when the pucks are being shot.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of piggyback off that one.
Mm-hmm.
Unwritten rule in practice: if
Mhm.
you're doing deflection drills,
Yeah.
that puck better stay kneecaps.
Don't.
Like defensemen, like
Yeah.
don't.
I don't even
shoot.
think it's just in practice. Like that's in a game.
Yeah,
Defensemen keep the puck down.
Yeah, but like this one's kind of like, yeah, like if you're in practice and you're doing like a tip drill,
Right.
you better not ring one up above your buddy's ear. And I
Yeah.
remember this happened to my buddy. He was my best buddy, and one of the players on the team I wasn't really the biggest fan of. We're
Mhm.
doing like a tip drill, and he wires one like at my buddy's head.
Oh god.
And like this is like I've been on the team for like 6 years at this point. Like I was a veteran.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this was my team,
Hmm.
and this kid was like new. He was there for like a year, and
Right.
I just gave it to him.
Of course. Yeah.
What are you doing? Like you don't shoot a puck at your teammate's head
Yeah.
on a tip drill, bro.
Uh huh.
Like, I remember just giving. It was definitely not that. It was a little bit more aggressive, but yeah, you don't shoot the puck
Hmm.
at your buddy's head.
I like that. I wrote it down as keep the puck low when shooting for tips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I also got like an honorable mention.
Honorable mention. All right.
It's like you cannot like don't speak back to the coach on the bench.
Oh, no talk back.
No talk back. If
Yeah.
like, whatever coach says goes. Like
Mm.
you do not
Yes.
complain. Don't complain about your shift length.
Right.
Don't complain to your coach.
I had an honorable mention as well, and this is one that all you minor hockey players can learn from. Is in the dying seconds of any period or game, don't get caught deep in the other team's end. Like don't get caught behind the play especially when you're winning.
Yes.
You want to be the first guy back.
Yes.
You want to be above the puck. Is that what they call it?
Yeah. High.
Yeah, you want to be high. You don't want to get caught down low and behind the net when your team's trying to hold a lead.
No. Yeah. That's facts. You don't want to
And
be forward going for it.
one-
Don't try to score a goal when you're trying to. Like I mean.
There's a bit of style with that,
Yeah,
but
a little bit of style.
but it's you can try to score, but you got to hustle back.
Play D
too.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
defensive
protect
first
the
minds.
puck,
And
save.
then this one, I just thought of it. I wish I got this earlier. Don't take a penalty when your team's on the power play or when your team's winning.
yes.
Don't take a dumb
lazy
penalty. Like,
Lazy penalty.
lazy penalty
tripping.
in the offensive zone. Don't be hooking
Yeah.
anyone or
Yeah.
tripping
Lazy
anyone.
penalties are the worst.
Yes, that's
Or a penalty 200 feet from your net.
yeah.
Those
All
are
right.
Brutal.
We'll go through the list here. We
I
got,
got one more. I got one more.
You got an honorable mention. All right.
Like, don't show up late.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't
yeah,
show up
yeah.
late to the game. I guess that's more of a written rule.
That is a written rule for most teams.
Yeah, like 60 minutes. If you were late, like ours was 60 minutes before
Yeah,
the game.
we heard all about
Yeah,
that.
the
with your
60 minute.
AAA
Yeah,
rules.
60-minute rule.
All right, Chippy, your list. We got number 1. Don't talk during coach's speech. Don't talk. Don't be laughing.
Yeah,
don't
pay
be giggling.
attention.
Pay attention.
Pay attention to
Be
coach.
present while your coach is talking to the team.
Yeah, because you're probably gonna have to do a drill after that.
Yeah. Number 2, we got don't go offside on your teammate, especially if it's your defenseman rushing the puck up.
Yes, facts. That's my favorite one.
Number 3, no mini sticks in between big games, no pool time. You're staying physically prepared for the next game in the tournament.
It's kind of a written rule, but
I mean, not for every team though. Like a lot of tournaments, the coaches like in between games are like, "Yep, see ya next game."
Because you end up just bagging yourself.
Yeah, and like you're eating candy
you're
or just
exhausted
gas.
for the game.
No chance for the next game. Yeah. Rule number 4: no weird tape, no flame tape, no pride tape
on the blade. On the blade, like you're not allowed to use any of that.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up,
you basically want to present as a uniform team.
You can use it as an accent. You cannot have your full blade taped with flame skull tape. Like that's unwritten rule. Like you cannot do that. Like that's
you can support whatever you want.
Level.
Put it at the top of your stick.
At the rep level. Like A, AA, AAA.
Right.
None of that. That does not fly. It's black or white tape.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And number 5 for you, keep the puck low when shooting for the deflection. Whether it's in practice or game. I gave you that.
Don't ring one up by someone's head in practice when you're doing a tip drill.
Yeah. And then my list, we got don't touch the other team's goalie.
Yeah, that's the big one.
That's one of the top unwritten rules for sure. And that's the cause of so many fights in hockey.
Yes.
Hustle off for the line change. You don't want to be caught out there like flat-footed. You're not hustling to the bench. And even better, change when you're on the when the puck's
in their end. Don't change when it's in your end.
Yeah, or at least when your team has the puck.
Yeah.
Change. Yeah. You'll see the NHL guys, they do a line change when their defense has the puck, you know.
Yes, that's allowed. But if they're like
if they're breaking into your
unwritten rule, like you cannot change when the puck's in your end and they have possession. Like,
yes. Yeah.
Like you cannot make a change there.
Exactly.
Like, you got to back check, bro.
Yeah. And then my third on the list, this one's a big one too. Don't miss the net. Don't have the puck rim around and basically
like on a 2-on-1. Like you're on a 2-on-1 and you ring it around and now it's 2-on-1 the other way. Brutal.
Exactly. And then number 4, I got don't hit the goalie in the head during the warm-ups. That's like you're warming up the goalie. Don't be ringing it off the dome in the warm-ups. Yes. I know it's kind of funny for a skit, but don't be doing that.
Wake your goalie up a bit, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Right off the ears.
And then number 5 for me is stay away from behind the net when pucks are flying. Like if you're doing drills or if you're in warm-ups or just if you're messing around.
Even don't go behind the net.
Even like at an outdoor rink, don't be going behind the net unless no one's shooting on the net. You know, you got to be aware. Yeah. You're responsible. If you're behind the net, you're responsible to duck down and not get hit.
Also, I would say like another unwritten rule, like if the guy's getting the pucks from in the net,
oh, dude,
don't shoot the puck.
When you're putting the pegs on, no shooting in the net while you have your back turned, or when the goalie has their back turned.
When the guy's putting the when he's putting the pegs on the net, do not shoot at the net.
And even still with the goalie. When the goalie's getting the pucks out of the net, their back's turned, never shoot with the back turned.
Yes.
Unwritten rules go on forever. If Jeremy was here, we could have done the free banner.
So many.
But let us know in the comments, in the poll, what are the most unwritten rules of hockey? Did we miss anything? What would be your top 5?
No junk food before the game.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's unwritten, but like you always like you do it. Like your dad stopping at Donnie's on the way to the.
We could go on forever with the unwritten rules, but I want to hear what your guys' unwritten rules are. Maybe your team has some somewhat written, but they're not really enforced rules that you as a team just follow. And let us know in the comments what that is. And thanks a lot for tuning in. That was a great Puck Daddy show.
That was great. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, we got to catch up with Chippy in the Stadium series.
Beautiful.
And we will see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.